Now, under the new amendment of the Presidential Transition Act 2012, the outgoing president and his vice are required to vacate their official bungalows 1 month before swearing in of the new president, which will be on January 7th. The bill, as passed, will also grant the Office of the Administrator General legal powers to forcefully evict an outgoing president and his vice, or his or her vice, when the need arises.
Before the enactment of the Presidential Transition Law, transfer of power in the country had been characterized by administrative lapses, forced evictions, and seizure of vehicles. The various presidents under the Fourth Republic have operated from different locations. Former President Jerry John Rawlings worked from the Osu Castle as the seat of government. The castle had just one room at that time. President Rawlings, from 1993 to 2000, did not live together with his family at the Osu Castle. The then First Lady, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, and the children had to stay at the Ridge residence while President Rawlings operated from the Osu Castle. Rawlings' vice president called in Kensei Aka from 1993 to 1997 and Professor Evans John Atta Mills from 1997 to 2001 were accommodated at the vice president's official residence at cantonments in Accra. Atta Mills vacated the cantonment's residence at the end of his term as vice president. When former President John Agyekum Kufuor was sworn in as the president, he stayed in his house and operated from the State Protocol Office at State House until the Osu Castle was improved to 2 bedrooms and office facilities. He stayed in his house because he claimed he was a family man and wanted to be closer to his grandchildren. Former Vice President Alhaji Aliyu Mahama used the official Vice President's residence at cantonments from 2001 to 2009 and vacated the house at the end of his tenure. One of the dreams of former President Kufuor was to give the country a presidential palace, which he did and named the Jubilee House. The presidential palace was changed to Flagstaff House when the NDC won political power in 2009. Then came in former President Professor Atta Mills and his vice John Mahama. Professor Atta Mills stayed at his regimental estate home and the Osu Castle and occasionally performed some functions from the Flagstaff House while his vice was at the cantonment residence. When John Mahama became president, he kept using the cantonment's residence but was operating from the Flagstaff House. Will Dr. Baumia be accommodated in the official vice president's residence located at the cantonments or be allocated a new one? Will the accommodation be renovated, and how soon will it be ready to house the vice president? Will the name Flagstaff House remain, or it will go back to Jubilee House when President-elect Nana Akufo-Addo is sworn in as president?